Just read books. Do you look up definitions? Do you attempt to integrate particular words? If I ever see a word I don't know or a concept I don't know, I usually always look it up. I do this on stream a lot. I think that sometimes people will. They'll see a word. God, Melina used to do this all the time, and it would drive me fucking crazy. Okay. Sometimes I would speak to Melina, and I would say something, and I would realize after he says, like, okay, this was actually probably a word that a lot of ESL people wouldn't know. And I could tell that she didn't know the word that I used, but she could either ignore that particular word or use context clues to figure out what it meant. And I'd be like, do you know what I just said? And she'd be like, oh, maybe I'm not sure about this. I'm like, ask me. Just ask me. If I use a word you know, just ask me, and I can explain it. Or we can look it up or whatever. I think sometimes when people come across words they don't know, they just skip them. Unironically, I think people will look at a sentence, they'll see a word they don't know, and they just like skip it, or they can kind of use context clues to figure out, oh, it probably meant this. Don't do that. Just look it up. For some reason, people have a really hard time just looking stuff up. I try to show that a lot on the stream. I think I'm a pretty smart person, but I'm not above like looking anything up ever. I do this all the time. Even when I'm out, somebody asks me a question, I'm like, oh, what's that? I don't know. Let's look it up. Just look it up. Be willing to do that.